Okay, we should be going live right about now. And I have a very, very dusty screen. I have a feeling it's just going to get more dusty later, but let's see what we can do about it right now. Trico, what's going on, man? How's it going, everybody? So we'll just wait a little bit here for some people to come in. This is really, really smooth. Hey, Nick, what's going on? Jack, Hayes, Space, Cowboy. Seeing a bunch of people in here. My starter kit just came, and tomorrow my 4B. Sweet. So, we are currently working on shaping these. This side I've pretty much finished. I've pretty much gotten the shape that I want to get. And we still got to do this. Excuse me, we still got to do this side, which is going to be the difficult side because we have some prongs that I'm not allowed to mess with. So that's going to be fun. I'll watch all your streams. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. So, we're going to create a lot of dust. Going to be wreaking a lot of havoc here. But I think it'll be well worth it. So, let's go ahead and jump right into it, I guess. Or maybe we should probably wait a few more minutes, just because we don't have that many people in here yet. Rapidstrike just arrived and chop shop. You can use that one for the other thing that you were talking about. Yeah, you're welcome. You're the best. Thanks, man. So this side went relatively smoothly. Because it was super flat, and everything went with pretty much out of hitch. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, but that took 3 hours, so I'm probably looking at another 3.5 hours for this one. Maybe 3, because I know what I'm doing now, so never know. We'll just do our best. So, while I have your attention and we're waiting on people, I got part of what I'm assuming or hoping is part of my sponsored video, which is going to be coming out soon. I got a email from Banggood, and they wanted me to do a review on some of their stuff in exchange for some free stuff, so I said yes, obviously. And I ordered more stuff than this, or at least because they kind of ordered it for me, so I told them to order more than this, because I had like a budget to work with. So hopefully I'm getting more than just this. What I'm thinking is going on is that there's an American warehouse and a Chinese warehouse, and I think this was the stuff from the American warehouse. And I think it's going to take longer to get the other stuff. Hopefully that's what's going on. But I got a nice stock, and I got a nice magazine here. Don't really like the Worker 22s, but there'll be a video on this shortly. I've already filmed it. I just need to edit it. This stock is freaking amazing. It's the injection molded one. This thing is freaking solid, man. Look how thick that is. This is solid. So this is a very nice stock. I like it because instead of the stock being up here, it's further down here. I like my stocks further down. Very, very comfortable stock. I love it. I don't know if that's accurate right now because I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, at least 4 people in the chat, 5 people in the chat. So I'm not sure if that's accurate. So kind of cool that I got sponsored. So expect that soon. This stock is really, really nice though. I'm not sure why this stock is less popular than the other one, because I like this one way more. Okay. So let's go ahead and get started on this, and we will start by masking up. So, this stream is going to have a Dremel warning on it. For those of you who don't know what that means, I'm going to be using my Dremel frequently, on and off, and I'm not really going to have time to warn you guys every time. So those of you with headphones especially, just kind of keep your volume down a little bit so that you're not dying, basically. Why is eBay messing with me? I need to change out bits. Hey Heather. How are you? If you didn't hear, I'm going to be turning on and off the Dremel frequently, so if you're wearing headphones or something, just be aware that there's going to be some noise. So don't turn your headphones up too loud. Mask is going on, so I might start sounding a little weird. And goggles. So we got some work to do, but hopefully we can get this done. Let's start by hogging off a lot of the material that's keeping this from being flat, shall we? So here we go with the Dremel. If eBay messages me one more time, working on dremeling this down to fit. Working on molding it. Now this side's harder because there's a bunch of posts on this side that I have to avoid. The other side I could just go all over the place, but this side I have to watch it. Okay, why is eBay messaging me so much? I'm about to block notifications from them here in a second. Okay, did you have to do individual... Hey, your heat shrink is here. Every individual piece. Like, seriously? Good lord. Alright, coming back on. Here we go. Hey Spencer, what's going on? I think it's quieter if I keep it off the table.
Hey Fred, what's going on? Just doing some drumming. Yep, I think that one's starting to burn out a little bit. Let's replace that. You guys are super dusty on the screen here. Overheard this kid talking about stock blasters way better than modded blasters. It was great, so I put my words on topic. Well, got ugly. We declared war on the What was their argument for stock blasters being better? Like, I can't even think of an argument for that. When I put a new one of these on, I gotta be careful, because now it's gonna be like sharper for a little while until it dulls back down. So I'm going to be hogging off a little bit more material. I need to be careful. Not a big deal, but it's only not a big deal if you keep it in mind. Okay, back to drumming. chat super quiet tonight. That's okay. Not a whole lot of people watching. I wonder if the notification went out. YouTube is sometimes late with that notification. Never gonna make a Hydro Dip blaster, right? Well, I don't really like any of the patterns is the thing. If I ever find a pattern I like, but usually they're pretty flashy and I'm more of a subtle guy. Aside from LEDs. Hey Meow, what's up? Back from the dentist? How'd the dentist go? Talk blaster's better because you need a modded over 150 blaster to compete with helmet. Okay. Not much of a... I can't feel my face. What'd you get done? Like a serious dentist trip. Good point. I don't like flashy paint jobs. Let's just say that. Hey Gavin, what's up? Sleeping in 95, okay, so I feel like this is vibrating a lot. Like more than normal. That's probably off balance. Maybe. Whew, screen's super dusty. Everything's super dusty right now. Don't know if that's going to help anything, but... Alright, back to drumming. Not really. It's worth a shot. Whoops. Try to hold that a little bit better. Just trying to smooth out the inside. Whew! Lots of adrenaline. That's for sure. Can barely see the screen. Good grief. So I'll keep the mask on just because I don't want to die, but... Fearless fire inbound. Sweet. Went ahead and pulled the trigger. No pun intended. Not a huge stream tonight, but that's okay. Guess everybody's doing their own thing. Man, these posts are gonna be such a bitch. Oh, I need to put on my live sign. Hold on. That way no one's knocking on my door. Hey Mark, what's going on, man? Are you gonna bring that to Envor, Gavin? Plans for Fierce Fire and Rayven? Sweet. I'm more of a mag guy, but I know a lot of people that like the Fearless Fire for HVZs. I suppose the dust has kind of settled down enough where I could probably take off this mask. So specifically getting a Raven Fire and Fearless Fire for modding both, so I have both options. That's pretty fair. Bringing dual Centurions. Might as well start with one of the harder parts, right?
Hi, how are you? Hey, Connor, what's going on, man? Bit of a slower night tonight, but that's okay. Nothing wrong with slow. That's why I hate these posts. Like on the other side, I just would have gone sand, 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 and that would have been it. But I have to go around these stupid posts. This is going to take very, very, very long to do this whole thing. It's going to suck. Yeah, it's a lot of dust, Phil. That's for sure. I have one. It's underneath my desk, Gavin. Unfortunately, that hogs off material faster than you can blink, and it's not really going to be good for something like down there. I have a handheld, it's not even 1 inch. It's a small belt like that. It's like a 1/2 inch belt. It's if you look up Dynafile, you can basically see what I have. I have a cheap. I definitely don't have a Dynafile because those are like $500, but it's a Dynafile like object. How long does it take to get here for parts from J3D? I have no idea. What is he doing right now? I heard you'll have to go on on his, whatever his website is, and ask him. Seeker. What's he doing right now? I am currently sanding down this thing to make it look pretty so that I can mold it later on. So I put on all this epoxy putty last time, and now I'm kind of shaping it. Do PVC couplers wear out? Not if you do it correctly. Fancy. Need to make this a little bit wider. Whoops. So obviously not everything is fitting because I haven't done everything, but we're getting there, and that's the good sign. God, this thing weighs so much. This thing weighs so much. People are starting. I'm like, hey Trico, welcome back. My skill's downstairs. I don't feel like getting it. I'll wait eventually, but because I am curious, I just don't feel like going downstairs right now. See, like normally I'd be running this over flat piece of paper, sandpaper, but with the screw ports here I can't really do that, so I'm just going to do my best with a file. So this person in my family who shall not be named is currently not wearing pants or a shirt, but is wearing something from across. Okay. Don't expect this side to come out as cleanly as the other side, but I'll do my best anyway. Oh, that is a lovely sound. Sorry, guys. I'm not enjoying it any more than you are. A lot of elbow grease. Oh, forearm burns. Rapid Red isn't underrated. It's not as well designed as the Strife. The handle's terrible, the balancing is terrible. They're cheaper, and that's pretty much the only thing they have going for them. Like, the shell is interesting to paint, and they're cheaper, and that's pretty much the only positives I can think of. I don't mind the unevenness. It serves a function. Pretty much, meow. OCD isn't associated with wanting things straight or parallel or the same symmetrical. That's the word I'm looking for. Yeah, I do too. I like the asymmetrical design. Hey Phoenix, what's going on? Epoxy to make it easier to cast? Yeah, it's just simplifying the shape. This side's pretty much done. And you can see how simplified that shape is, so. You should just take the cheapest blasters and merge them together. Yeah, Gavin's correct. Like, all those videos that are like, this is going to trigger your OCD so bad, clickbait title number 3. Like, that isn't OCD. That's a normal human thing. When you see symmetry and one thing is off, your eye naturally gravitates towards that, and it's normal for you to be bothered by that. OCD is more like when I work with a tool, and then I put it down 3 times, and I line everything up. And then when I'm done with this, I'll put it down 3 times instead of just putting it down once. Something more along the lines of that. But like seeing something off symmetry is completely normal. It's normal for you to be like, that bothers me. more you know. Favorite Rebel line blaster? That's easy. The secret shot, or the secret fire? Secret shot? The purse-looking one. That's a remarkably good blaster. And you won't understand until you have one in your hands. They're like $14 on Amazon. Remarkably good blaster. The purse shot is so comfortable. It really is comfortable. It doesn't look like it would be, but it really is. Oh, you got yours for $8? That's good. Can't really get in there with that. Trying to figure out how I'm gonna do this. Again, that's not OCD, that's just being clean. If you're being over clean, like washing your hands like every 3 seconds, I think there's actually something else that's called, but it's not OCD. Having a lot of trouble getting in this corner for some reason. Didn't have that much trouble in this one, and I'm not sure why. Alright, let me put on my mask. I'm going to turn on my Dremel here in 1 second.
Okay, Dremel coming on, so headphone users beware. BRB, you gotta eat, not a problem.
I usually don't believe. I'm no offense to you, but I just usually try to ignore when somebody's like, "Well, I have this mental disorder," on the internet, because if you really had a mental disorder, I rather doubt that you would be bragging about it on the internet. It seems like more of a I want attention kind of thing. No offense to you, but I try not to buy into that kind of stuff, just because I've seen it many times before, and it's kind of human nature. If you had a disorder, you probably wouldn't say anything. When you don't have a disorder, it's natural to be like, I want to be different and I want to do this. But if you do have that disorder, it's more natural to say, I want to be just like everybody else. It might not be necessarily the right thing, but just saying from what I've observed. It's not a definite fact, just an opinion. Got a few more people watching now. Slow start, but we'll manage. Hey Jay, what's going on, man? Working on the other half. Trying to get it somewhat smooth. This part right here isn't working with me. Hey Ryan, what's going on? Again, why we picked hobby with so much sanding. I'll never know. If I had the answer, pretty sure I would be a god. Or at least that wise dude that stands on the that sits on the mountain. Somebody comes to it for advice. I got the I have the ethnicity just one step away. If I can reach enlightenment, I'll be on that mountain in no time. Remember, kids, it's okay to be racist if you're the race. Got it, Ben. I'll tell my teachers that. Hey Austin, what's going on, man? What a world, what a world. 10 points to whoever can tell me what that quote's from first. Whoever can tell me what that quote's from first. I just got a sweet mask from the fair yesterday, and I'd like to show you how it works. Wizard of Oz. Phoenix, I forgot you were in here. That's cheating. Can I redeem my points for free cast part? Nope. Just brownie points. Are you just quoting a bunch of movies now? I have no idea what that's from. Hey Johnson, what's up? Why is he's quoting so many things? Oh my gosh. All the same movie? I have no idea what that is. Airplane?
I really don't want to see the man naked. Alright, we're going to turn on the Dremel here again, so those of you with headphones, please be cautious. 3, 2, 1. BRB, not a problem, Jared. We'll be here.
How do you get into Ghost Otaku? Is Ghost Otaku accepting applicants? I mean, the core group probably is never going to change. We had a bunch of people, like, pop in and was like, I'm a part of Ghost Otaku now. So I don't think the core group is really changing much, but it's just kind of something you're in. Show up and work, go, slow, taco. Yeah, pretty much. A lot of people would just stick with us simply because we were pretty much the only team that wouldn't run anywhere. And there's a legitimate place for that, because we would head up the rear and make sure no one was going to flank us. Which in a game where zombies can tag multiple people in one go, multiple tags, that's actually a very legitimate position. So because, you know, a bunch of nerds, you can imagine that some people don't have the stamina, such as myself. Moment when you wish you had a good stationary belt sander, right? Dude, my belt sander is one of the best things I ever got. It's freaking great. There's a bit of a gap in the middle there, but I think I'm okay with that. Because the outer edges, the things that matter, don't have a gap. So I think I'm okay with that. You're not going to see that. Interesting way of breaking off epoxy. Because the tube is flexible, but this stuff not so much. I think I've missed a lot of this conversation, so I'm just not going to interrupt. Alright, mouse going back on. Journal's coming on, so be wary.
Okay, that's scary how easy that was. I don't like when things are easy because usually that means something harder is just about to happen. I lined that up perfectly like the first shot. One-19th of my painting is done. That's very specific. Hey Chaos, what's going on, man? How's your evening been so far? Just kind of making sure that this line right here is kind of semi-meeting up with itself. So you can see that down here, there's a bit of a gap. You see that line right there? But I'm not terribly concerned because the entire outer edge that you're going to see is completely seamless. So you're not really gonna be seeing that, so I think I'm okay with that. Okay. Let's go ahead and chunk out this while we still can. How do you remove logos?
There's two ways of doing it. He uses files. Yeah, I like to use files because it's a little bit more precise. It takes a little longer, but it's a little more precise. I use a Dremel to barely scuff it up just to get it a little bit lower, because sometimes if it's too high, when you're filing it, it will catch on there and it's just stops all progress. But once I get it down a little bit, I literally take the end of the file and scrape off the logo until it's completely gone, and then I'll come back with some smaller files and sand it flat, file it flat. You can do it with a Dremel and basically just kind of slowly go over the entire thing, be as even as you can. It's very easy though to accidentally grind into it, especially like this, and then accidentally go too far, so I try not to do that, but there are different ways of doing it. That's good. We're making progress, because I picked it up, I was like, wait a sec, is this the piece I'm working on? Yes, this is the piece I'm working on. So the fact that I had to stop and second guess myself means that we're making progress. Okay. Change out for the smaller bit. Sanding is actually not the way you remove logos, and it shouldn't be the way you're removing anything that you're trying to shape, because if you're shaping with regular sandpaper, you're doing it wrong. That's the wrong bit. Because you're going to be there forever trying to do that, and it's never really going to come out properly. You should be shaping with files or Dremel. At some point, it becomes more carving than sanding. Sanding is to get stuff flat and even.
So there's going to be a little bit of detail work. So I'm probably going to be ignoring the comments here for the next little bit. Not trying to, but want to get this done. And obviously there's going to be a Dremel inbound, so... I forgot where that chunk came off of, but I guess it doesn't matter. Oh, it came off of this. Okay, here we go. If you guys want to talk to me, tag me like Jay did, and I'll have more likely of a chance of seeing it. Not guaranteeing anything. Alright, here we go. Sorry, Zap. I actually haven't been drumming a lot either. Hard shell tacos. Little painkiller wore out. I really enjoy doing this kind of detail work. Okay, let's go ahead and check the fit on that. I haven't been paying attention. What's the majority? Hard shell or soft shell? Because hard shell all the way. Soft shell? Weird. Hold on, got a little more dremeling. What should I put this XBZ into? Whatever you can? Question mark? Oh, need to Dremel this. Here we go with the Dremel, guys. Okay, here we go.
Let's try to remove that for a little while. When sanding, do you go 120 One 320 or 320 120. Sorry, 320 is the higher grit. It's the finer grit. So 120 to 320. Grit refers to how much is in a square inch. How many grains are in a square inch. So the higher the number, the more granules, the finer it's going to be. You'll be able to feel the difference when you get the paper, though. Oh, whoops. I was going on the wrong side. I will tell you, for End War, the key to being in a group is to stick with the people. Callie unfortunately got left out mostly of Goso Taco, even though he had been planning on sticking with us. And I told him beforehand, you gotta stick with us. Wherever we go, you have to go, because it's going to be very spontaneous. It's going to be like, okay, let's go. And you never know when that's going to be. So if the group goes out to eat somewhere, you go out to eat there. Group goes somewhere, you go there. Because the gameplay is going to start, and then it's going to be really spontaneous. All of a sudden it's going to be, alright, we're going. So you got to stick with the group. Also, know someone like Soviet, who his dad was there, and he wasn't playing. So, since there were no safe zones, he would just drive by, pick him up in the car, and we would drive off. And so we kind of went with Soviet a few times, because, or at least I did, because you could just pop in and then pop out. It was great. Almost a perfect fit right off the bat. Look at that. Experience from this one. Almost a perfect fit immediately. I'm pretty happy with myself there. Abandoning Private Ryan. How old is Soviet? I don't remember. Teen years? Yeah, he's old enough. I think his dad just came down because they were road tripping, and that's kind of a really long ways to go by yourself, so. And Quint might be underage. I can't remember how old they are. Actually, I don't know how old Soviet is. Don't listen to anything I say. Assume everything I say is wrong. Alright, let's pull that off. Put that together. I do believe that is beautiful. That's half the battle right there. Is getting all the pieces to fit back together. That's half the battle. Now we got to make sure that this front thing is going to fit on there. So we need to do a little trimming. Let's find that piece. Let's see exactly what we need to do. Ow, that was sharp, whatever that was. Alright, gonna Dremel that out really quick.
Yeah, I think the age limit's 13.
Instead of saving Private Ryan, it can be save everyone as long as it's yourself. Saving private, nobody except yourself.
Okay, a little bit more drumming. Here we go. Oh, we still got some drumming to do on this side. No wonder it's not fitting. Alright, here we go. I need a smaller bit than even that. Alright, this is going to take a minute with this one, but this is the smallest bit I got. Alright, here we go.
It's looking kind of chewed up, but it's on the inside, so function over form, right? If I buy flared magwell, will it get shipped the same way? Shipping really. It's going to ship 6 weeks from when it was ever it was ordered. I can't combine shipping unless it was ordered the same day. Which is why I always recommend you figure out what you want before you start ordering randomly. And I get asked that question so often, it's one of those things that I'm just going to give you the standard answer. Got my parts in today. Sweet. Glad you got your parts. Glad they got to you safe. Hey Random, what's going on, man? Sorry I didn't see your message. Ah, that's much better. Much better. Ta-da! Oh, you know what? I need to make sure that this piece fits. I think that was a text message. Hold on. That was indeed a text message. Give me 1 sec, guys. Hey Snail, what's going on, man? Okay, what was I doing? This thing. Hey Nick, what's going on, man? Thanks. Doing my best. You know what? I just thought of something, and I'm glad I thought about that. I'm gonna have to adjust something here. Working on some photos from the other night before heading out. Sweet.
Got to adjust something here now that I'm thinking about it. So, drum roll warning. Didn't miss much, just working on the same thing as usual. Welcome back, Trico.
got a little bit of a hole here, but that's not a problem because it's pretty easy to patch with some super glue. Just put a little dust on it. And then a little bit of super glue. Jared's leaving? See you, Jared. Thanks for stopping by. If you set a timer for 2 minutes, they won't burn your mouth. Same with Hot Pockets.
Dremel incoming. What do you guys think? I'm pretty happy with that. Still got a lot of work, but fitting it is a very big battle, so I shall take what I can get. Am I the fourth Hokage? The lag is ridiculous. Is anybody else getting lag besides Johnson? Watching a crispy... is the quality that bad? Anybody else getting some lag? Gotta love YouTube. No lag, no lag. No lag. Fine for me. Might be you, Johnson. That weighs so much. That's why I wasn't scared to put all that weight in the back, is because I knew this thing was going to be super heavy. I fixed the smoke clear parts. You're the best, thanks. Not a problem. Oh, was that you that messaged me? Glad you got that fixed. I didn't know that was you. Sorry if I'm taking a little bit of a breather here. I'm just starting to get tired. Been going for 1 hour and 59 minutes now. Weigh that part, man. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and get that weight, or the weight, the scale. Let's go ahead and get that scale. Pretty cool, huh? So I will be back in 1 second.
And we're back. If anybody asked any questions before I left, they're gone now, so I apologize. Okay, any guesses? It weighs almost exactly 1 pound right now. By the time I'm done with it, it will weigh a little bit under a pound. But that's with the barrel and the front piece here. It's almost exactly 1 pound. 1 pound, 0.05 ounces. Phil got it. Almost exactly a pound. For those of you who speak the good language, it is 455 grams. Mute screen still up? Oh. Thank you. Not used to doing that. Still getting used to it. Thank you. Holding that blaster will be like holding a cat and a half. It's gonna feel real good. It's gonna feel real solid. If I can pull this off, this thing is going to be freaking amazing. It's actually not as much resin as you think it is. It's still a lot, but it's actually not as much as you think it is. You'll pull it off, okay? Thank you for your confidence. Oh, should probably pull this thing up. I'm getting there. It's slow. It's painful, but I'm getting there. It's by far the most work I've put into one cast, though. Rapidstrike has definitely been the most challenging just because there's so many parts. And then, you know, this front thing, obviously. But hopefully it'll all be worth it in the end. Hey, Nolan, what's going on, man? I think I can actually do some of this with the Dremel. That feeling when your hands are numb from sanding for 3 hours? Yeah. Freaking try 103 weeks. Look at Nolan's profile picture. Hilarious. We need to call the sander. It helps if you wear gloves, Nick.
Alright, Dremel incoming, so headphone users beware. Sorry, I'm kind of zoning out.
Sorry, kind of zoning out. Not a problem. Michael, what's going on, man? Whoops. Glad to see you. Need to get one of those Dremels flexor stuffs. They're really good because of how thin this part is. So if you have like a drum sander on there, it's a lot easier to go flatter on more surfaces. So it's pretty helpful. I actually like this bit a lot. I'm starting to like it more for detail work. It's a little drum. I like it a lot. My camera actually focused for once. That's weird. Hey Chaos, what's going on now? Welcome back. Doesn't Florida have a Nerf club? Can't imagine Florida not having a Turk Renton. Oh. Because the Triad is a newer design than the Longshot. And it's better, more efficient. It just doesn't have as much modding potential, for obvious reasons. Ooh, that was close. Bad leverage. Almost snapped that right off. That would have not been good. Ugh, what a sound. Why aren't you working on the the crossbow strife anymore? Because it's not straight, I couldn't love it. Okay. You're never going to be able to make a blaster straight to your standards. Even if it is 100% straight, you're never going to think it's straight. So I don't know why you're bothering. The level of straightness you want doesn't exist because you do realize that these are plastic and the plastic is going to bend more than your tolerances. You do realize that, right?
Okay, we have a little bit more sanding, so brace yourselves. Here we go. You sold it to Drac? Hey, Ivan. No, he's not Gavin Fuzzy. He gets asked that a surprising amount. Oh, good thing I saw that. There's a hole there. Not a big deal, but I just need to patch it up. I'm not sure that actually covered the hole. I think it like fell in a little bit. God, I love that stuff.
I don't know what that beep beep thing is, but you guys need to stop spamming it. I say that as 3 more pop up. Your overlord has spoken. Let's clean up a little, shall we? You're supposed to be reinforcing, Gavin, not helping. Obligatory timeout threat? How about that? Look at that pile of dust. You guys can't tell, or might not be able to tell, but that pile of dust is actually really high. You're funny, Ryan. I shall stomp out all who oppose me. If I wasn't wearing this mask, I think I would be taking years off of my life. How long do you think it'll be before I fill up that box? Oh. Can't do that yet. Take 50 years to fill. Well, you're in for a shock because let's find something here. Kind of level it out here. It's already this deep. That's about almost exactly an inch. So it's already an inch deep. So mail that box to me. Everybody keeps saying that, Nick. I need something that's going to drill through that. You know what? I might actually just use a drill bit. That was a stupid thing to say. Hold on. I just need to mark where the edges of these things are. I feel like this drill bit's bent. It's definitely bent. That'll give me an idea of where I am. I might actually just go ahead and... It's actually working pretty well, so... Then I should be able to snap the rest of those out once I'm done. Include some dust with all of your part sales. Spread the wealth. Okay, now that I have an idea of where those are, It's going to make my life much easier. Okay. Dremel warning.
So brace yourselves, people. Okay. Now that looks significantly deeper. I think I need to drum it down with the drum sander. So let's go ahead and do that. If you're going with that rose theme you were talking about earlier, Pedal Storm sounds awesome. Dude, write that down. That's good. Thanks, Ivan. Okay, that looks significantly more even. Not perfect. I think this side's a little bit lower now, but I'm not terribly concerned. It's a lot more even on both sides than it was a minute ago, so I'm good with that.
If you really don't want people to steal names, the best thing to do is probably just not to say them. And yep, and then it's easy enough to come back in here and punch these out. I usually don't help with names because I try to save as many as I can for myself, because I don't come up with very many ones that I'm really, really happy with, and I try to keep those for my blasters. You can also look up weapon name generators. Most of the stuff they have on there is pretty stupid, but if you see a word that you like one particular word, you can jot that down and then keep flipping through, and you might find a combination that works for you. They even have things like gun names, or dagger names, or sword names, or axe names, or warhammer names. Like, they have generators for everything. Again, not the best, but it's a start. Okay, yeah, I had that right. There we go. That fits in there. That's a good sign. As far as I can tell, everything is fitting. We are at the home stretch, people. We are at the home stretch. I want to point out Meow, Gavin, and Trico in particular. You guys have been here through this almost the entire process. I think between you guys have been here the most. So thank you for sticking around. Obviously we still got the wiring and stuff to do, but I mean, fact that I'm so close to finishing this right here. Ugh, such relief. Aw, don't get all mushy. Been here for quite a while from the start. Yeah, Snail, I think you've been here for quite a while as well. I just think you were quieter at the beginning. I'm sure there are many people that I'm forgetting. They're just the ones that are off the top of my head. They've probably been the most active in the chat. Sanding. Same. Sanding while watching sanding. It's the new meta. Everybody says that 180 is the new meta for flywheels. No. Tell them this is the new meta. Won't know they won't know what hit them. People said that watching streams of modding would be fun, and I didn't believe them. I was like, whatever, let's just try it. And it turned out to be kind of fun, so glad I didn't listen to myself. Don't forget the button placement. It's already drilled. The hole's already drilled. Oh, for the credit, yes, I do need to give a lot of people credit for a lot of things. Man, listen to that sound. That's solid. Can't make that sound with a normal one. Appreciate streams a lot because it gives a lot of insight on how the integration is kind of a lot of guesswork. Yeah, pretty much. I hope you make 10 more too, Gavin. It'd be good to have you. End War is on June 22nd. It's the weekend of June 22nd. And it's in Athens, Ohio. It's just outside of Columbus, Ohio. That's your birthday? That's weird. What a coincidence. I didn't think I could be so proud of something and never want to see it again in my entire life. I'm so sick of looking at this thing. Oh, that was dumb. Blew right back in my face. Yeah, love-hate relationship. It loves me and I hate it. 1 year of Hawkeye's life. Alright, try to get this mildly dust-free. I'm gonna go wash this just so it doesn't have as much dust on it. I will be right back. I could put screw it. I was gonna say I'm not gonna bother doing it, but I will. There we go. Remind me to take that down after I come back. Alright. BRB. Okay. I am back. Did you miss me? I don't need it completely dust-free. Not yet. But you'll see why I washed it here in a second. I'm pretty happy with how these parts have come out so far. One side. Found the perfect stock. That's good. Okay. Still got some cleanup to do on the outside of this. That's okay. Alright. Now okay. There's so much dust everywhere, I'm gonna have to clean this place so much. This is why I dusted it. Or washed it. I think that needs to come down just a little bit more on this side. So let's go ahead and do that before we get any further. Hey chicken, what's going on, man? I've had my DRS cages saved up and stuff like that, so I forgot to adjust something on my computer. Hold on. There we go. Speaking of computer, there's so much. I guess I shouldn't dust that because it's gonna fall down here. Okay, Dremel incoming. Not even going to bother putting my mask on because I shouldn't need it for 5 seconds. Whoa. Whoops. I totally just almost put a hole in my wall. That's better. Now I need to take off a little bit here and there. Hey Jared, what's going on? We're checking the fit for the DRS cage to make sure that it fits. So, alright, here we go. It's a slow process, but it's a necessary one. Almost there, almost there, almost there, almost there. A little bit at a time. Dremel incoming. Will you ever sell stickers? You get a sticker from ordering something else. If you order anything, I include one. There we go. Wonder if I want a little more clearance right there. Hey Phoenix, what's going on? Start a new project. Is it the one I'm thinking of? Sorry, I was trying to grab this. Too lazy to get up. Is indeed sent an update photo on Discord. Check that out. Okay, well obviously this isn't going to fit with this ring here, so I don't know why I was bothering to do that. Let me get another cage that's not hooked up. Hold on. Vinyl logos aren't that expensive if you know where to look. Go on Etsy. I use Etsy for a lot of custom work like that. It's going to be the cheapest place that you can get stuff like that. Custom vinyls. And what's nice about these is after they're cast in resin, even if your specific cage doesn't fit, since it's solid resin, you can just Dremel away as much as you need. But that looks like that's going to fit most of the stuff. Maybe a little bit off right there. Yeah, they're free if you have a printer. The file's on Thingiverse. Sorry, I'm totally paying attention. Okay. I think we're good. That might just about do it. Hold on, text message. I think we might be wrapping it up here. Oh, that took too much work. I might do a little touch-up of sanding here and there. But it's nothing super worthwhile. So I wouldn't worry too much about it. I said stop with that beeping crap. Everybody's gonna start spamming it. Well, this was fun. I'm starting to consider that spam snail, so let's not do that. You're fine, Snow. Look how solid that sounds. This is fun. Okay, I think I might have some cleanup here and there. But that's pretty much it, and that's where I wanted to get accomplished. So I think I'm going to start wrapping up this stream. The next time you guys see this, it will either be all clear, or it'll be a failure. What I think I might do, because the crystal clear parts take a few days to cure in the mold, and I don't think I'm going to be able to cast this in time for the actual LED work. So what I think I'm going to do is cast up a surrogate in normal clear, wire the LEDs to it, and then come back later and put in the crystal clear one. But I just need something to work with for the LEDs. So next time you see this, it might be regular clear, but don't freak out. It's all by design. See, I got like little chips here and there that I need to get rid of and stuff, but it's not that big of a deal. I want to start wrapping up, so. What would you guys think of a true Nerf revolver? It'd be really, really cool if like there was a cylinder in the back, like in the handle, and then like the action, like actual revolver. But I don't think that's gonna ever happen. Acknowledge Dragon so he'll be happy. Hi, Dragon. Hello. Acknowledge, acknowledge, acknowledge. Hey Max, we're wrapping up, unfortunately. Sorry, I actually did completely miss what Dragon said. I could beat somebody to death with this. Hope the mold turns out good. Me too. I hope it turns out good too. That's Quint, right? You're Quint. Ben's found other dragons. Okay. That's gonna just about do it. Oh, and if you couldn't tell, this is number 36, even though the last one was 36. It turns out it didn't separate the files. 35 stayed exactly like the same file. So I made this one 36, so don't be confused about that. If you weren't here last time, don't worry about it. You have no idea what I mean. Night, guys. Night, everyone. Night, everyone. See you later. Probably won't see you again until Friday, or excuse me, Saturday. So don't expect streams for a little while. So thank you all for watching. Thank you very much. And end stream.